Hello everyone, I welcome you to Giwainok Driving School. Today we are going to be looking at one of the types of road sign that we talked about. In our last video, we looked at the 4 basic classification of the road sign. I talked about agente di traffico, I talked about semáforo, I talked about verticali, and I talked about horizontally. Now, we are going to be looking at some road signs that falls under segnali verticali. Now when you look at this word, segnali verticali, it is a word that encompasses some road signs that exist here in Italy. These road signs that are known as segnali verticali simply means those road signs that are mounted on poles. But the only difference between the one here in Italy is just the language. Now in English, when we talk about segnali verticali, in English we are talking about vertical road signs, meaning those road signs that are mounted on pole. It's just the language that is a little bit different. But vertical road signs, segnali verticali, they are the same all over the world. Some road signs you see even in Africa, the road signs, we have the traffic wording, that is agente di traffico. We'll talk about the traffic light, that is the semáforo. It's just the language that is just the difference. Then, of course, you agree with me that there's some road signs you see, they are mounted on poles, that is vertically. Then some are mounted on the surface or the asphalt of the road. It can be blue line, it can be white line, it can be yellow line. That we'll talk about on the surface, on the asphalt of the road. Sometimes here we see on some roads, you see the word taxi, you see the word bus written on the asphalt of the road. These are horizontally. Any road sign, irrespective of the color, that are mounted, or you see them placed on the surface, on the asphalt of the road, is talking about horizontally, horizontal on the surface of the road. That is that. But today, we're going to be looking at those road signs that are classified as segnali verticali. That is, those roads, there are some road signs, we have many road signs. They are classes that they fall into. We're going to be looking at vertical road signs. When we talk about vertical road signs, what are those road signs that are classified or that falls under the vertical road sign, which we refer to here as segnali verticali? Take note, when we talk about segnali, it's talking about notification. So when we talk about segnali verticali, we're talking about vertical road signs. How do we know them? How many of them? That's what we're looking at. Now, when we talk about segnali verticali, we are talking about the following road signs. Each time we talk about segnali verticali, what should come to your mind is the following road sign. 1, segnali di pericolo. Segnali di pericolo. The word pericolo is talking about danger. Segnali pericolo or segnali di pericolo is one of the types of segnali verticali. Then the second one is segnali verticali di prescrizione. When we talk about prescrizione, that's to prescribe, to describe. They describe, that's some road sign you see, whether they're doing that, they will describe the way the road is. Segnali di prescrizione is another type of road sign that falls under segnali verticali. Then the third one is segnali di indicazione. When we talk about indicazione, in English, we talk about indication, to indicate, to point, to signify. So each time we talk about segnali verticali, we are talking about segnali di pericolo. Pericolo is danger. Then 2, prescrizione is to prescribe. And 3, indicazione, to indicate. If you look at the word indicazione, it is from the Italian word indicare, which means to indicate, to point, to mean, to signify. So basically, each time we talk about segnali verticali, we're talking about segnali di pericolo, that is danger. 2, segnali di prescrizione. Then 3, segnali di indicazione. These are the road signs that are classified under segnali verticali. Take note, segnali verticali is one of the main types of road sign. Under segnali verticali, that's where we have segnali di pericolo. We see where that pericolo means danger. Then we see prescrizione. Then we see indicazione. Now, then the next thing I want us to know is this. When we talk about segnali di pericolo, the word pericolo is danger. Then what does this road sign mean? Let me give you a short description of segnali di pericolo. Segnali di pericolo is one of the types of segnali di verticali. Now, when we talk about segnali di pericolo, we're talking about road sign indicating danger, telling you there's a danger ahead. That is what we mean by segnali di pericolo. We have so many of them. I will be treating each of them. They will tell you that as you are driving along a road, ahead of you, there's a particular danger, that is pericolo, that you will meet. What you will do, how you are going to drive before you get there, we are going to be looking at them. But what I'm just doing is just to give you a preamble of all the road signs that we're going to be coming across, that we'll be dealing on. They fall into certain road signs. That's what we are doing now. Then another note before I call it a day is segnali di prescrizione. When we talk about segnali di prescrizione falls under segnali di verticali. But when we talk about segnali di prescrizione, it is a word that also covers some road sign. So those road signs that fall under segnali di prescrizione is one, segnale di precedenza, segnale di divieto, and segnale di obbligo. So what I'm trying to say is that each time we hear the word segnale prescrizione, it is a word that encompasses some road signs, which are segnale di precedenza, that is priority. Then we have divieto, something you have to prohibited, and obbligo, something that you have to do. When you look at the word obbligo, it's from the word obligare, which means something that is mandatory, compulsory. There's some road sign you will see, they will tell you it is either you go straight, that is proseguire diritto, oppure svolta a sinistra, that means you must turn left. There are some, you see svolta a destra, which means you must turn right. Sinistra, left, destra, right, diritto, straight, proseguire, follow. These are what they're talking about. So that is all for today. See you next time. Thank you.